My girlfriend is a zombie, but I can still control her. Ling Silent is in big trouble right now. Because of Xian Na, the partner who fights together. She has also been infected. She seems very interested in the gel. Watching her suffering endlessly, I quickly asked everyone to go out and wait. Gel is the essence of the zombie's brain. It is a necessary essence for zombie upgrading. Ling Silent took out one. Can only try to feed Xian Na. After swallowing the gel, Xian Na's expression noticeably improved. Just as Ling Silent heaved a sigh of relief. Xian Na unexpectedly craved for the gel once again. She kept saying, "Give me!" This puzzled Ling Silent. This gel itself is a high-purity virus. She only became a zombie not long ago. Xian Na at this moment is once again experiencing a headache. She is sweating profusely all over. Ling Silent has already run out of options. He can only take out another pill and watch her swallow it. Her body finally stabilized. Just as Ling Silent was observing the situation, the man with the eyes pushed open the door and shouted loudly, "Brother Ling, there are many zombies outside surrounding us. It seems we must hurry to leave the current situation now." The group moved into an apartment building. Just as LV Mao was asking about Xian Na's situation, she, who was originally quiet, suddenly went berserk. Her whole being turned grim and stood up. Ling Silent once again asked everyone to leave and said, "No matter what happens, absolutely do not come in." At this moment, Xian Na's situation is very bad. Ling Silent tried calling her by her name, yumming. Xian Na actually reacted. This indicates there is still consciousness. But the next second, Xian Na, who was running wildly, rushed over. Ling Silent quickly avoided her. It seems that I can only subdue her together with my girlfriend. The sound of things crashing inside the house made Green Hair and Eyeballs very worried. They hurriedly asked loudly about the situation inside. Xian Na's condition is too serious. Ling Silent can only comfort Green Mao and assure that there is no need to worry. Seeing Xian Na, who could go berserk at any moment, Ling Silent can only try to use mental control. A mental link was pulled out, pressing directly on her forehead. Xian Na suddenly returned to normal. She glared directly and asked, "What are you doing?" "My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her. Just now." Xian Na, who has become a zombie, regained her sanity unexpectedly. This has shocked Ling Silent a lot. He quickly asked her if she could remember her own name. However, her expression became dull again. She kept murmuring the two words, "Xian Na," in her mouth. The next second, she shouted again, complaining of a headache. Ling Silent quickly controlled his girlfriend, holding her down. A spiritual chain was once again pulled out. This time, Ling Silent directly entered Xian Na's spiritual space. When he saw her spiritual power, as well as the chaotic state, two different consciousnesses were mutually colliding within her body. Ling Silent speculated that this might not be a split personality. Just as Xian Na was about to go out of control again, Ling Silent took action. She directly began to attempt mental control. A chain went through. She established a connection directly with her. Ling Silent looked at the traction in her hand. Only then did she feel relieved. The real him was lying limp on the bed, as if he had just gone through a great battle. At this time, Green-Haired pushed open the door and shouted Xian Na's name. He hurried over happily and started shaking, like a rattled drum. Ling Silent was itching with hatred. "What are you shaking for?" Unexpected changes suddenly occurred. Xian Na went berserk again. She directly overthrew Lu Mao. She was about to unleash a big move with the Black Tiger Steel's hard technique. Ling Silent quickly controlled the connection and exclaimed, "Xian Na! Stop!" Green Hair was quite scared by the scene just now. He hurriedly asked Ling Silent what had happened. Ling Silent could only explain that it might be an aftermath. Currently, only he knows for sure. With his mental strength, he is unable to control both zombies at the same time. Maintaining mental contact is already at its limit. Once she is stimulated, she will disconnect. After he calms down the green-haired person, everyone rested. Ling Silent looked at the asleep Xiao Na on the bed and knew he had to find a breakthrough. He gently asked, "Do you still remember me?" But other than hearing her own name, she didn't respond to any other questions. Ling Silent looked at his girlfriend by the window. The road ahead was going to be even harder. However, Xiao Na's situation is better than Ling Silent's girlfriend, except for the unstable factor. Ling Silent saw a long knife in the corner at this moment. Directly try to ask Xiao Na, "Do you recognize this?" As soon as the words fell, Xiao Na directly reached out and grabbed it. Then he protected it in front of him. He looked at the foolish Xiao Na. Ling Silent shook his head with a bitter smile. When he went to retrieve the long knife again, Xiao Na lifted her beautiful foot and kicked him directly in the handsome face, causing his nose to bleed profusely, leaving Ling Silent feeling helpless. The next morning, Eyeglasses told Ling Silent that he saw a survivor. This piqued Ling Silent's interest. He went to the window. There were indeed living people on the busy street in the distance. Moreover, the coordination among them was quite tacit. Both the lure and the kill were done very accurately. Ling Silent was very impressed by this. In this apocalyptic world, only this can be deemed as a survivor team. His praise in his heart is not finished yet. These people in the next second. They actually ran straight to this building with the zombie. Ling Silent slapped his head. Praising too early. This is not a scam. My girlfriend is a zombie. And I can control her. Looking at the Xiao Na in front of me, she also turned into a zombie. According to the current situation, is he planning to open a harem for beautiful zombie women? At this moment, a survivor suddenly appeared and fled to our building. Currently, a large number of zombies have entered the building. Listening to the commotion outside, Lu Mao asked Ling Silent if they needed help. Ling Silent remained calm. Instead, they quickly arranged for an escape. Now everyone will die if they go out. Just when Green Mao was wondering how to escape, Ling Silent secretly controlled his girlfriend and Xiao Na to jump down. The two sisters landed handsomely by stepping on the air conditioning unit. Green Mao looked on and exclaimed, "Really awesome." The two people landing caught the attention of the zombies around. The next thing will be another slaughter. Because they completely underestimated the strength of the girls. In just a moment, all the zombies in front of them were eliminated. The mutated zombies are indeed at a crushing level. Ling Silent is now ready with the rope. He climbed down directly, and he informed Green Hair, "Only giving you 2 minutes. Choose to jump to your death or be bitten to death." They gritted their teeth as they looked at the zombie about to break in. Also climbed down. Ling Silent looked at the two people who had fallen to the ground. If in this last days, they don't even have the courage for this. Death is a matter of time. Everyone starts fleeing again. Just at this moment, they encountered the group of survivors. In order to avoid trouble, Ling Silent decided to detour. But he found out there were still zombies blocking the way. Then they had to fight their way through again. The leader of the survivors cleared out the zombies. He saw Ling Silent and a few others. The strength of his girlfriend and Xiao Na. It surprised Red Hair a lot. Their strength is quite impressive. Saving people is the priority. Red Hair organized everyone to start the rescue mission. After killing the zombies together, Red Hair praised Ling Silent for his stamina and strength, and also mentioned the skill of luring the zombies into the building, saying that it was impressive. Immediately, he invited Ling Silent and the others to visit their survivors' camp. Ling Silent looked at his companions. A place to stay was indeed needed. So he agreed to come down. He took out a cat ear hat from his backpack. He put it on Xiao Na's head. "You, this girl, are indeed an unstable factor. It's also good to disguise for safety. Xiana actually cooperated very well. The cat meowed. Everyone followed Hong Mao to the camp. It must be said that the staffing here is very well arranged. There are also rotating surveillance duties. At this time, a girl is recording the situation of the casualties and the distribution of supplies brought back this time. Ling Silent looked at the survivors in front of him. He felt for the first time the unity of humanity in the apocalypse. With Ling Silent, Hong Mao went to meet the leader of the camp. At this moment, a girl wearing a hat was eating a lollipop. When Ling Silent entered the room, after the girl's spinning chair rotated 500 times, she struck a cool pose. The next second, Ling Silent blurted out. It turned out to be Wang Frozen. My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet, I can control her. At this moment, I have arrived at the survivors' camp. Come to meet the leader here. But found someone I know. Wang Frozen. I thought this girl had long been defeated in the Northwest. I didn't expect her to still be alive. At this moment, Wang Frozen also recognized me and pointed at me trembling all over. Red Hair asked Ling Silent in confusion. Do you know Sister Frozen? Ling Silent, thinking to himself, seeing Wang Frozen's high status, said, although Sister Frozen is not the leader, her strength is also formidable. Just then, Wang Frozen started talking to Xiana directly. At this moment, Wang Frozen started chatting with Xiana directly in a very casual tone. Isn't this Xiana? Still alive? How come? You think I wouldn't recognize you just because you're wearing a hat? This really scared Ling Silent. He only just remembered. This girl is Xiana's cousin. Wang Frozen looked at Xiana with no response. Her little face looked so wronged. She directly muttered in her mouth. Also, you are the kind of person who is disappointed to see me alive. Humph. Whenever we meet, you always give me a grumpy face. Keep quiet. Then he immediately pointed at Ling Silent and asked who these people were. Ling Silent felt extremely embarrassed. Goodness. Neighbors for many years, yet they don't even remember me. Wang Frozen walked up to Ling Silent, squinted his eyes, and said, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. Then he looked at Ling Silent from head to toe. At this moment, the short sword around the waist caught the attention of this young lady. She shouted directly, You are the one who stole my short sword. How come you are with Xiana? At this moment, Ling Silent's brain couldn't keep up with the pace. The girl only saw her being stubborn. What are you looking at? Give me back my knife. This is something I made. Why do you take it away? And at this moment, Red Hair also persuaded Ling Silent and Sister Frozen to give the thing back to her. Otherwise, it could cause a big problem. Ling Silent got angry when she heard this. She directly said, Why should I give it to you? This is the end of the world. Your store has been completely abandoned. Anyone can enter. And the mutated zombies inside are also killed by me. This is my strength. A few words silenced the little girl. She could only play the role of aggrieved. Who is Ling Silent? He is a real man in the apocalypse. So the two of them started echoing each other. You owe me. I don't owe you. After a few hours passed, a deep voice interrupted the clamor. Oh, it's really lively today. The redhead turned around at this moment. It turns out that the boss has returned. Immediately explained that these people are Wang Frozen's cousin. The boss looked at everyone. Didn't we just go to her house a few days ago? Ling Silent looked at Wang Frozen and thought that this girl was sharp-tongued but kind-hearted. The boss took a closer look at Ling Silent and finally recognized her. He's the one who brought a girl with him that day and wreaked havoc at the knife shop. Everyone admires a strong person. Just heroes appreciating each other. When the two of them were acting all high and mighty, Wang Frozen popped up again, loudly asking Ling Silent to return the knife. My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her. I brought 2 zombie girls to the survivors' camp. In this apocalypse, perhaps this is the only place with humanity. The leader of the camp at this moment wants to recruit Ling Silent to join. If my girlfriend is not infected, he will definitely stay. But now whether the two girls can recover or not, the road ahead is still very long. Ling Silent directly refused the camp leader's kind offer, but recommended glasses and green fur. In this chaotic world, perhaps death awaits us tomorrow. So the two of them are also willing to join. Next, Ling Silent is about to set off again. As long as he settles the two tag-alongs, he can also feel at ease for a moment. After he declined the camp leader's offer to stay, Ling Silent and the other two were about to leave. At this moment, Green Hair yelled, "Brother Ling," and ran out. I hope you can take good care of Xia Na even though she is a zombie now. You must protect her well. People who are loyal and righteous like this are really rare. Ling Silent patted his shoulder. It's comforting that Xia Na has a friend like you. You must also live well. As Ling Silent turned to leave, Green Hair shouted as if he had made a big decision. Then I'll go find you. I won't make a mistake. At the last moment of waving goodbye, Ling Silent understands very clearly. The chances of meeting again next time will be very low. But everyone needs to work hard and dream. Watching the three people leave, Wang Frozen's lips curved up. The boss knew at first sight that this guy definitely had ulterior motives. Did you tamper with him? Watching Wang Frozen looking furious. You are really causing trouble. The three who left the camp, faced with a large number of zombies again. They can easily deal with these low-level zombies now. But Xia Na remains an unstable factor. Cannot let her act easily. Arrived in the building, Ling Silent looked at two zombie girls. At this time, the girlfriend is longing for gel again. Just as Ling Silent was about to retrieve it. This really frightened him. Luckily, he maintained a composed expression. His demeanor was quite unique. He quickly retrieved the bag. But he stood frozen in place. Did gel merge? Ling Silent took gel for a closer observation. It doesn't seem like a merger. Although it looks like the volume has increased, overall, it is still more than half missing. Could it be that these gels can also devour each other? Just at this moment, Xia Na went out of control again. It seems that she is also attracted by this gel. At this time, Ling Silent finds it difficult to make a decision. After all, Xia Na has already consumed 2 pieces within 48 hours. What will be the consequences if she consumes another one? At this difficult moment of decision-making, Xia Na has started to break free from control. A long knife is about to be swung towards Ling Silent. My girlfriend is a zombie. And I can control her. Xia Na's eyes turned blood red at this moment. She gripped the long knife. The mental shackles were clearly loosening. In this urgent situation, Ling Silent directly split the gel in his hand into 2. Xia Na immediately obediently reached out her hand to catch it. After consuming the gel, Xia Na's body trembled all over again. Ling Silent hurried forward to express concern and inquire, but found Xia Na's small face slightly flushed. The next second, Ling Silent's whole body began to ache. He felt a strong spiritual fluctuation. It seems that Xia Na has ingested the gel voluntarily. Ling Silent also forcefully increased control. Absolutely cannot let her break free. When Ling Silent reached out and grabbed Xia Na's arm, but felt very cold. Why is the body so red, and yet the temperature is so low? At this moment, the two of them stared at each other. The ambiguous closeness between them. Xia Na's sneeze broke the silence. Then she slumped onto Ling Silent's body, holding Xia Na and placing her on the sofa. At this moment, Ling Silent thought, "My goodness! I can't hold on for much longer." As he looked at the sleeping Xia Na, Ling Silent opened her eyelids and took a closer look. What will she ultimately become? He then looked at his girlfriend, who had the appearance of a hungry infant. He could only get his girlfriend to eat the other half of the pill, and her whole body trembled. Then, her face blushed slightly. But this time, something unusual happened to his girlfriend. Ling Silent sensed a murderous intent. Through a mental link, the power of this murderous intent struck straight at his soul. Ling Silent could only hang on desperately. Fortunately, he didn't let his girlfriend break the link. At this moment, Ling Silent looked at his own hands. The desire to kill is too strong. There is no pain at all. It's even quite comfortable. The feeling of comfort until the witness gives up resistance, accompanied by the body's abnormality. Ling Silent suddenly realized that something was wrong. In this comfortable feeling, there is a violent murderous intent from his girlfriend. At this time, his girlfriend's eyes became even more bloodshot. Ling Silent directly smashed the table. He looked at his own hands. He knew. This must be how a zombie feels. When he realized that his body was behaving abnormally, Ling Silent knew that his chances of survival were slim. At this moment, he must focus his attention. The more flustered he is, the harder it is for him to make a decision. At this moment, he looked at his girlfriend. The whole body lunged forward directly. He hugged his lover tightly. The next second, under the moonlight, Ling Silent kissed his girlfriend. In this doomsday, maybe I am not a good person. But what would you do if I turned into a zombie? This method is indeed effective. After kissing, Ling Silent regained his composure. Looking at his girlfriend's obedient appearance, he muttered to himself, "No matter how others see you, you are the girl who touched my heart," while helping his girlfriend tidy up her clothes. He suddenly realized that something was wrong. He thought back to what had just happened. The girlfriend had just taken a bite of the gel. Will saliva be transmitted? My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her. Just now, after my girlfriend ate the gel, her body went through some abnormalities. As a result, Ling Silent almost mutated into a zombie. To stay awake, he kissed his girlfriend. But after the passionate kiss, Ling Silent found a big problem. Will sleeping fluid also be infectious? Looking at the clock on the wall, 10 minutes have passed. There is only a restless heat in the body. There is no problem. Could it also turn into that yellow-haired look? The body decays, but the consciousness remains clear. Lying on top of his girlfriend. At this moment, he understood the feeling Xiao Na had when she mutated. He walked straight to his girlfriend's back. Even if she mutated, at this moment, he still had his girlfriend with him. In the moonlight, he held his girlfriend like this. He recounted his yearning and past memories. Unknowingly, 30 minutes have passed. When the clock chimed, Ling Silent suddenly realized that there was something unusual about his body. His saliva is not infectious. This excited him greatly. Ling Silent chuckled to himself. Since that's the case, no problem. Does he need to give a few more kisses to calm down? At this moment, his girlfriend slowly turned her head. She looked at Ling Silent with gentle eyes. Her hand slowly reached towards Ling Silent's face. At that moment, time seemed to freeze. Ling Silent's eyes were filled with a mix of shock and joy. He quickly looked at his girlfriend's expression. He clearly had no control just now. That action should have been involuntary. However, the next second, the appearance of his girlfriend returned to calm once again. Ling Silent was not disappointed. He touched his girlfriend's head. It seems that the gel is helpful for regaining consciousness. Take it slowly. Don't be in a hurry. Next, Ling Silent began testing whether his girlfriend's strength had improved after absorbing the gel. He picked up a coin. Use your fastest speed. See if you can catch it before the coin hits the ground. As the coin was tossed, his girlfriend's body glided past. Catching the coin was effortless. Next, 4 more coins were thrown. No surprises. His girlfriend's reaction and speed have indeed improved. She's like a crazy leopard. Ling Silent was really shocked by the result. Then he thought again. His girlfriend's strength has improved. So, as a spiritual link with me, I will also improve. To confirm his guess, he decided to do a U-turn run. As a result, he miscalculated. At this moment, his speed is unbelievably fast. He collided directly with Xia Na Ling Silent, who was sleeping soundly, and was relieved that he was not hurt. But he saw Xia Na rubbing her eyes, saying shyly, "Rogue! My girlfriend is a zombie, but I can control her." At this moment, Ling Silent sat on Xia Na's body. Obviously, he became a zombie, but he can still speak. He can even make shy expressions. Xia Na looked at Ling Silent with a helpless look in her eyes and asked, "Do I know you?" This immediately left Ling Silent dumbfounded. Quickly remove the hands placed on the abdomen. Could it be that consciousness has been restored? However, the next second Xia Na turned into a zombie again, staring fiercely at him. Good grief. Could it be the inherent self-defense instinct of women? Stimulated her consciousness? In order to confirm his own guess, Ling Silent looked at his own hand. He touched it directly. Sure enough, Xia Na's expression immediately froze. Then he begged for mercy, shaking his head. He kept saying, "This is not okay, not okay, not okay." At this point, Ling Silent was also very excited. Since it was effective, let's continue to verify. Maybe we can directly restore it to an adult. Ling Silent bent down, ambiguously saying, "Once is not enough. How about twice? Or maybe 3 times? Xia Na's face was extremely shy. She could only mutter, "I don't know." Ling Silent showed suspicion. She mocked Xia Na playfully. Then his hand reached sneakily over. Xia Na couldn't bear it this time. She shouted directly, "Stop!" Her whole person suddenly became violent, which scared Ling Silent. Hurriedly jumped back to avoid it. Looking at the mutated Xia Na on the sofa, Ling Silent wondered if she had been overstimulated. After a while, Xia Na's expression returned to calm again. It seems it can't be rushed. Recovery is just a matter of time. One person and 2 zombies have all increased in strength. It's time to celebrate properly. After drinking a few cans of beer, Ling Silent then went to the window to get some fresh air. But at this moment, he noticed something unusual. Movement came from the iron gate downstairs. The next second, a girl walked out from inside. She had blue hair and white hollow eyes. Turned out she was a zombie girl. She roared loudly, unlike other zombies. She is actually attacking actively. This made Ling Silent a bit bewildered. The dark night with gusty winds is a night for murder. This zombie girl seems to be enjoying the killing. One zombie after another falls. But the atmosphere makes Ling Silent feel somewhat strange. The other zombies unexpectedly started to surround her. Why are all the zombies acting so unusually today? At this moment, the girl's arm caught my attention. Is it because of the mimicry that attracted them? The next second, this zombie girl, roaring, she tore off the zombie's arm in front of her. Next is self-mutilation. Sure enough, the same kind of imitation also attracts. Ling Silent watches while analyzing. Suddenly, only the girl is left on the field. However, a sudden change occurs. A yellow-haired zombie is actually playing dead the whole time. He took advantage of the girl's distraction and launched a sneak attack, killing the yellow-haired one after the girl. His hair exploded directly. Is he going to mutate? Ling Silent watched with great interest, chin in hand. Just as he was about to take a rest, he found Xia Na had appeared out of nowhere with blood-red eyes and a body full of murderous intent. My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her. Just now, downstairs, the zombie couldn't bear the loneliness. They started a mutual massacre. Just as Ling Silent wanted to rest, Xia Na ran out. Ling Silent immediately speculated. Is it attracted by the smell of blood? Looking at Xia Na's trembling body, this is obviously a feeling of longing. At this moment, Ling Silent noticed that the zombie downstairs was actually starting to evolve. The zombie downstairs unexpectedly started to evolve. Its dry body expanded in the blink of an eye. Muscles, size, and teeth all increased. It even struck a pose and started showing off. Ling Silent smiled slightly. Although weakened a bit, this one is a mutant. The conversation hasn't finished yet. Just as they spoke, another group of zombies surrounded them. Is he attracting them somehow? Ling Silent turned to look at Xian Na. Should we have Xian Na bring him back for research, or forget about it? This girl is extremely unstable right now. Just let the girlfriend handle it, and settle it quickly. The bald guy downstairs has already cleared out the surrounding zombies. Eating gel Ling Silent with big bites, he raised his hand and issued a direct order. The next second, his girlfriend appeared behind the bald man. Before he could react, his girlfriend struck with a palm. The gap in strength was indeed overwhelming. After bringing the bald guy back, his girlfriend tied him up on the bed. She was holding a flashlight. Xian Na serves as a backup. Ling Silent puts on gloves and takes out the short knife from the tray. At this moment, Ling Silent is going through the motions of what he learned from the doctor, except for the smirk at the corner of his mouth. Time passed little by little. Ling Silent put the short knife back on the tray, but held a green object in his hand. He began to analyze it. This net-like thing almost covers the whole body of the zombie, especially the brain part the most. Ling silently moved closer to smell it. The smell was exactly the same as Gel's. He seemed to suddenly realize something. He picked up the dagger and used it again. The fork is a network-like object, but this is the occipital position. In other words, Gel is formed by it. Then the key to control is the network that covers the whole body. Ling Silent deduced a conclusion through analysis, that is, the virus gel will devour each other. And the purer it is, the smaller the volume. So it reaches a certain point. The network covering the whole body will all condense into a very small piece. Zombies with this gel will also regain their sanity. Ling Silent looked at the two girls. This time confirmed the method of recovery. It's just a matter of time next. When Ling Silent was fantasizing, Xian Na spoke again, asking why he was smiling. This time, Ling Silent was not surprised. Instead, he pointed at Xian Na's chest. He joked and said, "Because your heels are too small. My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her. Just now, I performed a small surgery on another mutant with two zombie girls. This made both my girlfriend and Xian Na's clothes stained with blood. In the morning, I took them to a clothing store. It's hard to imagine the feeling of shopping in this post-apocalyptic world. Just pushed open the door all broken. A few zombies immediately swarmed in from inside. I controlled them using mental link. The two sisters effortlessly killed all the zombies. Choose some nice clothes. I proceeded to change them for my girlfriend. There was no other way. After all, she is a zombie. Indeed, beautiful women look good in anything they wear. Ling Silent noticed at this moment. This girl actually picked it out herself. It seems that her sanity has recovered faster than I imagined. However, I looked at the red cheongsam she picked. Ling Silent directly opposed. When killing a zombie, wouldn't it be exposed? But it should be fine to wear a private server with it. Immediately picked out a piece of clothing for Xian Na. At this moment, Xian Na stared blankly. Ling Silent waved his hand. It seems like you and your girlfriend both don't know how to dress. Then I can only help. Xian Na, who changed into new clothes, is wearing cat ears. A cute black dress really looks lovely. Ling Silent is also quite satisfied. When leaving the clothing store, a figure in the distance caught his attention. In this post-apocalyptic world, one must be cautious of everything, even the living. Ling Silent, hiding in the corner, watched the few people in front of him. Turns out it was Wang Frozen's little sister, who seemed to be looking for him. To bring back the dagger, not for chastity. She actually risked coming here. Ling Silent controls the girlfriend to jump off the building. However, the next second, Wong frozen and several people actually turned around and ran back. Ling Silent quickly controlled his girlfriend to come back. Why does this girl know my location? I have to leave here for now. It seems she can know the direction, but cannot pinpoint the exact location. I can only hide in the internet cafe for now. Easily dealt with a few zombies. He felt that he could observe the surroundings from here. Wong frozen still chased after. At this moment, Ling Silent smirked. Since you're so persistent, I'll give you a taste of bitterness too. Ling Silent made a move with his hand. Directly controlling the zombie, he launched an attack on Wong frozen. The girl was surprised to see that the zombie could even use weapons. She was caught off guard before she knew it. She immediately slashed at it with a knife. Zombies, controlled by Ling Silent, are extremely agile in their movements. After dodging, they can quickly counterattack. Wong frozen, after blocking, encountered a zombie with such great strength for the first time. Seeing the situation was not good, Red Hair immediately rushed up to help. However, it quickly became clear that the situation was unfavorable. This zombie actually skipped away on one foot. As he left, he even curled his finger, implying, "Come on, let's fight!" This really angered Wong frozen. No wonder he is a master swordsmith. She immediately calmed down again. But she found that the man with glasses had disappeared. Wong frozen speculated that according to his weak and incompetent nature, he should have been taken away by Ling Silent. I will immediately go upstairs to check. But Red Hair advised not to act rashly at this moment. The zombies here are too strange. Who is Wong frozen? He is quite stubborn. She stepped heavily on it, ignoring the painful expression on Red Hair's face, and walked into the internet cafe. Ling Silent watched everything happening downstairs. So what's next? You are the only one left. My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet I can control her. I and two zombie girls are being chased by someone. It's not someone else who is coming. It's Wong frozen who is holding a watermelon knife. This girl is underestimating Ling Silent's abilities. She entered the internet cafe alone. At this moment, Ling Silent's mouth slightly raised. If there is a road to heaven, you won't take it. If there is a door to hell, you will walk right through. After Wong frozen entered the second floor, she was drawn to the noise coming from behind a door. However, what greeted her was a powerful zombie that pushed her against the wall. She experienced a cross-species, Waldong, and was about to pick up a weapon to fight back. Unexpectedly, another one came up from behind her. Just when Wong frozen thought she was definitely going to be eaten. The two zombies actually made her bend down. The other zombie waved its big hand, just smacking her on the buttocks. The younger sister yelled in pain. She kept saying, "No," with her mouth. After being hit hundreds of times, a chubby zombie came over and tried to kiss her with its small mouth. The sister was so scared that tears welled up in her eyes. Just as the zombie came closer and closer, she shouted, "No!" Wong frozen completely passed out. It turned out that all of this was controlled by Ling Silent. This time, this girl finally suffered a bit. Come to Wong frozen's side. Ling Silent patted her small face. The girl after waking up. Hurry and reduce the tragedy. It seems that she is too scared to think clearly. When she saw that it was Ling Silent. Where did the zombie from just now go? Ling Silent pointed to the zombie in the corner. Its death was truly brutal. When I found out that it was Ling Silent who saved me. She mumbled and said that the short knife is a gift for you. But when I reached for my lower back, I found that my machete was missing again. It turns out that Ling Silent took it again. Now the girl is getting even more stubborn. Even her own cousin started scolding as well. Ling Silent is completely angry. She raised her hand and slapped him. Ling Silent looked at her ominously. Every step she took was accompanied by sharp words. In this post-apocalyptic world, strength is everything. If it weren't for you being Xian Na's cousin, I would have let the zombies tear you apart by now. You are weak while I am strong. I, Ling Silent, am not heartless. But if you bother me, I can't guarantee what I'll do to you. This statement really scared the girl. She pouted and said, What do you want to do? I am Xiao Na's cousin. You cannot do that to me. Ling Silent's mouth twitched awkwardly. He turned around and said with a smile, What are you thinking about? I am not interested in women who have a chest like an airport runway. The girl became angry and gritted her teeth when she heard that. At this moment, Ling Silent suddenly remembered something. Hastily inquired how she knew his location. Under coercion, Wang Frozen directly revealed her secret. Actually, I have a special ability. My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet, I can control her. Just now, Wang Frozen actually said that she also has a special ability. In this apocalyptic world, Ling Silent thought that she was a unique existence. He did not expect that the girl in front of him was also unique. He was shocked beyond words. He then asked what her special ability was. Wang Frozen looked at him dumbfoundedly. He did not expect that the man in front of him actually believed her words. So she disclosed that she had the ability of empathy. As long as she touches an object, she can leave a mark similar to radar on it. This way, she can sense its location at any time. However, this mark cannot last for too long. When Ling Silent heard about this ability, suddenly lost interest. This is too useless. The girl felt wronged at this time. Everything that needs to be said has been said. Can you let me go now? Ling Silent closed his eyes. As soon as he raised his head, he said directly, Please. This made Wang Frozen, who is like a tigress, angry again. But she looked at her cousin. Immediately, she obediently apologized. Sorry, brother-in-law, I was wrong. Since you have all admitted your mistakes, Ling Silent will not pursue the matter any further. When turning to leave, Wang Frozen called out to Xiao Na once again. He put a jade pendant on Xiao Na. He said this was left to you by Grandpa. Ling Silent, who already harbored dissatisfaction towards Wang Frozen, got angry again. Wang Frozen got scared and quickly ran away. Ling Silent, looking at the jade pendant on Xiao Na's neck, felt relieved. It seems this girl is not only after the sword. She was indeed contradictory in her heart and words when she was trying to give this thing to Xiao Na. When the three of them left, Xiao Na suddenly asked, Were you trying to kill her just now? I sense your killing intent. This sentence left Ling Silent stunned in place. He looked at Xiao Na's expression. Ling Silent said very honestly, I did have that thought just now. But she may be your only relative, so I didn't do anything. It seems that Xiao Na has regained consciousness again. However, the time is still very short. In no time, she started to have a headache again. Ling Silent reached out and held Xiao Na's hand, looking at her gently. He said, Don't overthink it. Things will get better in the future. It won't be long before you return to your previous self. Upon hearing Ling Silent's words, Xiao Na became sad. She directly muttered that she didn't want to change back to her previous appearance because she and her girlfriend were of the same kind. Ling Silent looked at her girlfriend. Xiao Na's hand patted his face at this moment. Only then did he realize that he often pinched Xiao Na's cheeks. She must have thought it was a gesture of goodwill. Looking at Xiao Na in front of him, Ling Silent touched her hand. His eyes softened once again. In the future, when he wants to express his love to me, you can use a kiss. At this moment, the two of them kissed each other without reservation. They kissed for an hour. The two of them parted lips. And the girlfriend just looked blankly. Indeed, she looked blankly. My girlfriend is a zombie. And I can control her. In this apocalyptic world. At this moment, Ling Silent is kissing a zombie. And teach her how to respond. Xiao Na looks at Ling Silent. Blushing, she says, Now. Ling Silent shamelessly says, You can start anytime. After kissing for a few hours, he suddenly noticed his official girlfriend staring blankly. Ling Silent turned around again. He picked up his girlfriend and started kissing her. Quite a player. But karma strikes quickly. Ling Silent suddenly realized something was wrong. Heartbeat began to accelerate. This made his body a little overloaded. Suddenly he remembered he should be the same as his girlfriend. Xian Na's saliva is also effective. As his heartbeat accelerated, his physical strength is also recovering. After a while, the body adapted to it. Ling Silent felt the comfort of the body. Indeed, the saliva of the zombie girl seems to be non-toxic. Instead, it has many wonderful uses. This makes this old pervert discover a new continent. Two zombie girls are embraced from left and right. At this moment, Ling Silent suddenly thought of the two people who had been taken away. Red Hair is pretty skilled. He can escape on his own. As for the man with glasses, he is quite cunning. He is also ruthless and can be very patient. There is no benefit in keeping him. In this post-apocalyptic world, Ling Silent is not merciful. He released control of that zombie. The next second, screams came from the room. He looked at his beautiful and enchanting girlfriend. Ling Silent did not think about whether he was right or wrong. Then he took out a curved knife. This is Wang Frozen's girl. Xian Na has her own exclusive weapon. Then give this one to the woman to try. Ling Silent tries to teach Ye Beloved knife skills. Facing the wooden door in front of him, Ye Beloved swiftly swung the curved knife. The next second, the wooden door was split into 4 pieces. Ye Beloved's learning ability is really strong. Ling Silent looked at his graceful and charming girlfriend. He became excited and stood up. Then he made a decision. Tonight, the 3 of us will sleep in the same bed. The birds in the early morning were eaten by insects. Ling Silent is still sound asleep. Suddenly feels something unusual. Eyes slowly open. But saw 2 girls kneeling in front of themselves. Let's first pay attention to this expression in their eyes. He was really scared by this. Xian Na said softly at this moment. I almost couldn't resist biting you just now. Ling Silent glanced at Ye Beloved again. All right. She seems the same. Luckily, the young master woke up in time. My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet, I can control her. Currently, the girlfriends are able to kiss now. This has given Ling Silent a great motivation. As long as more zombies are killed according to the current situation, they will soon return to normal adults. Ling Silent took the girls to a large supermarket. Safety first. 3 people entered through the employee entrance. The scene inside had already changed beyond recognition. Ling Silent dared not relax in any way. The individual reached the 3rd floor via the stairs. Apart from the bizarre noises, there wasn't a single zombie to be found. This made Ling Silent feel like something was off. Neither of the 2 girls had any stress response either. Could it be that there are really no mutated zombies in this mall? Ling Silent opened the last door with a question. The scene in front of him made him hold his breath. Countless zombies were concentrated on the 2nd floor. It seems he can only move quietly. His girlfriend only reacts to mutated zombies. If there is still no exit on the final level, they must leave quickly. Just then, Xian Na suddenly clutched her chest and said intermittently, I feel something bad. Before Ling Silent could react, Xian Na was taken away by something. This made Ling Silent very angry. They actually kidnapped someone right in front of him. When Ling Silent caught up in pursuit, a mother zombie is fighting with Xian Na. Xian Na has evolved by eating gel. Kicked her away with one lift of the foot. I hurriedly controlled Ye Beloved to help. However, this zombie actually easily avoided the attack. Ling Silent was too late to be surprised. He could only analyze the situation calmly. This should only be a mutant zombie, but it is stronger than the ones encountered before. We'll steal and hide. We'll avoid danger. Ling Silent quickly controls his girlfriend, and together they launched an attack. The mother zombie at this moment is breathing heavily. Strangely, her eyes are green. Is it an advanced zombie stronger than a mutated zombie? The next second, a sudden mutation occurred. The mother zombie charged over at an extremely fast speed, facing Xian Na's long knife. She can easily resist. Ling Silent wants to try mental control, but the host zombie actually sensed it and tore it apart barehanded. This time, it came rushing towards Ling Silent's direction. The speed was so fast that Ling Silent couldn't react in time and was heavily smashed to the ground. In order to prevent Ling Silent from counterattacking, this mother zombie actually wanted to directly tear off his arm, accompanied by pain. Ling Silent quickly controlled his girlfriend to counterattack. With 2 slashes, the arm of the maternal zombie was severed. At this moment, the maternal zombie let out a piercing scream, kicked Ling Silent away with one leg. Xian Na closely followed with a long knife. This powerful zombie was finally killed. He took out the gel at the back of his head. Ling Silent organization quickly escaped. However, a large number of zombies are charging towards them. Is there no escape this time? My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can control her to restore both girlfriends to human form. We come to the mall to kill mutated zombies, but a mutation occurred. This time we encountered an even stronger entity than mutated zombies. I finally killed her while I was injured, but now there are large numbers of zombies outside the door. I hurriedly jumped from the 3rd floor with my girlfriend. After returning home, Ling Silent asked his girlfriend Ye Beloved to help him bind the bandage. In this terrifying apocalypse, what advanced zombies are there in the end? Then turned to look at Xian Na. We must hurry to upgrade both of them after dealing with the wounds. Ling Silent took out the gel. This time it was unexpectedly blue. Curious, Ling Silent immediately took a sniff. Suddenly pale with fright, he actually smelled a fragrance. The previous gels were clearly very fishy. This gel seems to exude temptation. It makes Ling Silent want to swallow it. He quickly shook his head to keep himself sober. He turned to look at his girlfriend. Could it be that their subconscious influence affected me? Ling Silent didn't think much. He directly split the gel in half. At this time, Xian Na actually muttered, saying, "This gel is too pure." Immediately, she unexpectedly fed Ye Beloved first. Then she ate it herself. The next scene is about to begin upgrading. Her face blushed. Her mouth twitched. Then she went crazy. This time the process is correct. Ling Silent can also feel the power of gel because of the mental connection. He obviously can't take it anymore. He can only tough it out. 3 days later, Ling Silent finally helped his girlfriend evolve successfully. At this moment, he is on the balcony investigating nearby zombies. At this moment, Xian Na spoke. I seem to have remembered something. Ling Silent quickly turned around. Could it be that memories have returned? The next second, Xian Na pointed her small finger and loudly said, "I remember you flirted with me." This made Ling Silent extremely embarrassed. In this apocalyptic world, I've worked tirelessly to help you. At the very least, I also offered my body to you. Before Ling Silent could react, Xian Na continued to mutter softly, "This should be the harassment of you humans, right?" Ling Silent looked at the girl in front of him. In this apocalyptic world, you have sacrificed too much for your companions. No matter whether you have memories, I will be with you in the future. Xian Na seems to have figured something out. She murmured softly, "I like the feeling right now." Ling Silent smiled and nodded. Then he put on a handsome cloak. University City. My girlfriend is a zombie, and yet I can control her. Ling Silent went to the University City with 2 zombie girlfriends. He controlled one zombie to go explore the situation in order to ensure his own safety. The once bustling streets had become unbearable due to the arrival of the apocalypse. After watching the zombie walk for a while, Ling Silent then began to continue on the journey. At this time, there were corpses everywhere on the stone platform ahead. Ling Silent quickly covered his mouth and nose. But this action aroused Xia Na's curiosity. She pouted again. Don't you like this taste? But I really like it. This makes Ling Silent very difficult to explain clearly. Xia Na seems to have thought of something again. Continue to speak softly. If you don't like it, I can pretend not to like it too. Because in my memory, as a female, doing this will make you very happy. Ling Silent slapped his head. Oh my god! What did you used to have in your head? Ling Silent started to explain seriously immediately. You can't use the word female. You are a girl. Not correct. It should be female zombie. You like the taste, which is very normal. Looking at Xia Na's silly expression, Ling Silent became gentle again. I won't dislike you no matter what you are. This made Xia Na very happy. She quickly asked, Can I bite you sometimes? Ling Silent turned his head and pointed ahead. Look, there's a plane in front. Suddenly, he felt something was wrong. The link controlled by Ling Silent to the zombie had been severed. There must be something ahead that had dealt with it. There must be something ahead that had dealt with him. 3 people arrived at a bar. They looked at the fallen zombie. Gel was not devoured. That means it was not done by the zombie. But at this point, his girlfriend Ye Beloved sensed that something was wrong. This made Ling Silent become alert again. He directly used mental link to control a zombie. He used himself as bait to scout ahead. They could then ambush from behind. This zombie is quite ugly. However, its coordination of legs and feet is quite agile. It kicks off the big door in front of its eyes, making such a big commotion, but there was no response from inside. Could it be that it's not a mutated zombie? Ling Silent glanced at Ye Beloved with an expression. Obviously, they sensed something. Ling Silent can only control zombies for destruction. Just as Ling Silent was curious, zombie was unexpectedly ambushed again. It turns out it was done by humans. A green-haired young boy in front of me finishes clearing the zombies. Begins to shout for Ling Silent to come out. Looking at the young boy in front of me, Ling Silent intended to say hello. But the green-haired directly launched an attack and threw out something red. Ling Silent reacted quickly and chopped it away directly, but found out that they fell for this kid's trick. It turned out to be chili powder. Ling Silent's cough is not light. Green hair completely did not give Ling Silent a chance to catch his breath. He was about to draw his weapon directly to attack, only to hear the weapon being knocked down. It turned out that Xia Na made a move. Is this young man in front an enemy or a friend? My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet, I can control her. Just a moment ago, Ling Silent was almost ambushed by someone. Luckily Xia Na intervened in time. She directly kicked the green-haired guy flying to the ground. He was just about to fight back. But Xia Na unexpectedly wielded a long knife. The zombie girl has tremendous strength. She lifted it up just like carrying a little chicken. Before the green-haired person could react, she slapped him a few times directly. At this time, Ling Silent noticed the weapons on the ground. He just used it. The smell on it should be zombie's blood. Fortunately, the evasion was timely. Otherwise, he would have been infected with just a prick. Lu Mao's face is swollen at the moment. It shows how ruthless Xia Na can be. Ling Silent stepped forward to ask why he was being attacked. The green-haired one explained that it was a misunderstanding. However, when Ling Silent took out that weapon, the green-haired one clearly panicked. Ling Silent approached him and said coldly, "You're trying to distract us. Are you saying there are other people here?" However, Green Hair still refuses to admit it. "Since you don't admit it, I will take you to find out." Green Hair was patted on the shoulder by someone. Looked up at the girl in front of him. What a beautiful appearance. In the next second, he took a closer look at the reversal. This made Green-haired puzzled. Who is this man after all? Why are 2 girls so powerful? Ling Silent is very good at observing people's emotions. Every time passing a door, he will glance at Green Hair. When he reached the last door, Green Hair was obviously nervous. Ling Silent opened it with one kick. Various boxes were placed in this room. Ling Silent walked directly to the refrigerator and slowly opened it. However, just as it opened, inside, there was a girl holding a short knife stabbing towards him. Because he was unprepared in this dangerous situation, Ling Silent attempted to use a mental chain, fortunately delaying by 1 second. This allowed him, who was agile, to jump back in time to avoid it. Ling Silent also pulled out a short knife, preparing for battle. At this time, a girl walked out from inside. She coughed while asking Ling Silent to let the person go. Ling Silent looked at the woman in front of him, although she looked sickly. But she was very quick. If it weren't for using psychic power just now, I couldn't have dodged that blow. Luckily, this psychic power can actually influence humans. Although the time was short, the girl still let him go. Ling Silent doesn't care about those. Her attitude remains firm. The girl launched another attack at this time. The speed of this attack. It's too slow, isn't it? However, the next second, the dagger was in front of him. Ling Silent quickly used his mental power to control it, causing the girl's knife to be crooked. Due to the inertia of her body, the girl fell directly to the ground. Ling Silent looked at the girl. He seemed to have guessed something. This girl should be an ability user. My girlfriend is a zombie, and I can manipulate her. In the end-of-the-world world, zombies are everywhere. And humans have also developed the ability user. Ling Silent's special ability is to control zombies, such as 2 stunningly beautiful zombie girlfriends. The current strength of this girl. Let Ling Silent notice her for sure. She is also an ability user. The girl just stood up. Ling Silent quickly flew over. She surrounded her with a mental chain. This made stubby Green Hair panic. He angrily cursed at Ling Silent. At this moment, Ling Silent took out a dagger stained with zombie blood. Approaching the girl's face slowly, he said coldly, "I have something to ask you." Upon hearing this, LV Mao became anxious. However, the girl started to comfort him. "Didn't you see him with 2 beautiful women? He's not interested in me." Shortly after, she started coughing violently again. Ling Silent did not make things difficult for her, watching her weak body. He just slowly approached and asked, "You are an ability user, aren't you?" This question immediately stunned the girl. Then she also reacted. "Just now, I thought I was seeing things." "It should also be influenced by your special ability. So you are an ability user too, right?" Ling Silent just looked on coldly. The girl continued, "Green Hair is very reckless. He may be a bit extreme in his actions, but it's all for my own good." Ling Silent doesn't care about those things. He is only interested in this girl's special ability now. The girl is also very interesting and introduced her special ability called Bullet Time. Can last for a short period of time to enhance her own reaction and speed. Just like the outside world's time has slowed down. Ling Silent listened attentively. This skill is so powerful. Fighting others in slow motion. Isn't that just being able to beat up anyone at will? Ling Silent smiled and said, "You're quite straightforward." The girl responded calmly, "Anyway, you are an ability user, so there's nothing wrong with me telling you. And we are all captives. Can we still say no?" The girl in front of me is indeed very clever. Take a look at this green-haired guy. He has a naturally short lifespan of only 3 episodes. Shortly after, Ling Silent observed the environment. Sitting on the bed, she began to demand compensation. This made the girl agitated. She hurriedly said, "Didn't you already beat him up?" Ling Silent hadn't even had a chance to respond. The girl suddenly asked, "Your girlfriend seems to be from the same school as me. She is a school beauty, he beloved, right?" Ling Silent was speechless when he heard this. Is she trying to start a relationship? Turns out this girl and green-haired are both alumni. Green-haired is so neurotic for a reason. It's because after escaping from the university town, they encountered other survivors with ill intentions. This made Ling Silent understand as well. After all, this is the apocalypse. People's hearts are kind or evil. No one knows. Ling Silent then said that she would go to the university city immediately. Since you understand the situation there, as compensation, just tell me about it. The girl, upon hearing these words, hurriedly tried to persuade them. There are now zombies there. It's certain death to go in. My girlfriend is a zombie. And yet, I can control her. Zombie Xiao actually remembers beer. Her eyes have been fixed on the bottle cap. The next second, she bit her small mouth. She hugged the beer and started drinking it in big gulps. Drinking half a bottle in one gulp, she turned around and asked, "Beloved?" Ling Silent quickly reached out to stop her.